Prudence was a lady of few words. She was used to her humble work as a cleaner, quietly observing the hustle and bustle of the company from the sidelines. While everyone else was busy climbing the corporate ladder, Prudence was often overlooked. But she had an important gift: the ability to listen and observe. Little did she know today would change her life forever. As Prudence mops the floor, she heard a faint murmur coming from one of the nearby conference rooms. The door was slightly open. She paused for a moment, wondering if she should interrupt, but curiosity got the better of her. She quietly walked towards the conference room and listened in. Inside, two senior managers, Mr. Collins and Mrs. Anderson, are speaking in hushed voices. Mr. Collins whispers, "The company's account is filled with enough money now. It's time. We just need to cover our tracks. No one will know." Mrs. Anderson nervously replied, "What if we get caught? Hope you know that this could ruin everything. You know how much we stand to lose?" Mr. Collins confidently smiled and told her not to worry. "We'll make sure it's untraceable. Leave that for me. I go run am smoothly. We'll take the money and the company will never suspect a thing. You're in, right?" Mrs. Anderson reluctantly agreed. All right, oh, but we need to act fast before anyone catches on." Prudence's eyes widened as she heard the conversation. She realized they are planning to steal from the company. Later that evening, she was alone in the break room, sitting with her thoughts, the weight of what she overheard heavy on her mind. Her hands trembled slightly as she picks up a cup of tea. She has always been someone who tries to stay out of trouble, but this feels different. She said to herself, "If I stay quiet, they'll get away with it. But if I speak out, I might lose my job. And who will believe a cleaner like me? But this isn't just about me, it's about what's right." For a while, she thought about her family, her children who depend on her for their future, the small but steady life she has built. The decision feels too heavy, but she knows she can't let this injustice happen. The next day, as she arrived early at the office, she quietly slipped into the security office where the head of security, Mr. Obi, was making his rounds. She hesitates for a moment, then speaks up. "Good morning, Mr. Obi. Please, can I have a word with you?" Mr. Obi, with a warm smile and in his jovial nature towards her, asked, Prue, hope all is well with you." "Yes, all is well with me. Listen, I overheard something yesterday. Two of the senior managers, Mr. Collins and Mrs. Anderson, they are planning to steal money from the company. I didn't know who else to turn to. Mr. Obi looks at her surprised. Are you sure? This is serious. Do you understand what you're saying? She nods her head. Yes, I know what I heard. Mr. Obi takes a deep breath and nods slowly. All right, stay calm, Prue. I'll handle it. Thank you for bringing this to me. The following week, the atmosphere in the office was tensed. Prudence continued her daily duties, keeping to herself. The office was abuzed with whispers, but no one knows that Prudence has exposed the plot. Soon, the day arrived when the company called for an emergency meeting. Mr. Collins and Mrs. Anderson are both in the meeting, unaware of what's about to happen. The company's CEO, Mr. Williams, stood at the front addressing the employees. This morning, we discover an attempt to embezzle funds from this company. Our security team and investigators have uncovered the truth. Mr. Collins, Mrs. Anderson, please step forward. The two senior managers are caught off guard. They tried to deny it, but the evidence was overwhelming. Their faces go pale as they are escorted out of the room. Mr. Williams turned to the employees. A breach like this could have destroyed our trust and reputation. But it was because of one of our staff, someone who has always remained behind the scenes, that we were able to uncover the truth. Prudence, the cleaner, you're the reason we stopped this crime before it could happen. The room falls silent. Prudence's heart raced as all eyes turned towards her. She's in shock. Mr. Williams called her to step forward. Prudence, you've demonstrated more integrity, courage, and loyalty to this company than anyone could have expected. You didn't let fear or your position stop you from doing what was right. For that, we are deeply grateful. The employees look at Prudence with admiration. Her face is flushed with embarrassment and pride. Mr. Williams continued, I've spoken with our board, and we all agreed that you deserve to be rewarded. From now on, you will not only continue your work here, but you will also be promoted to the position of office manager. We've seen your dedication, your honesty, and work ethic are exactly what we need. Prudence's jaw drops in disbelief as she softly says, But I'm just a cleaner. I never expected. Oh, come on, Prudence. You've shown us that integrity is worth more than any title. You've earned this. The following week brought a wave of change for Prudence as she began her new role as office manager. Quickly gaining the respect and admiration of her colleagues, she worked harder than ever before, proving herself not just as a cleaner, but as a capable leader. The company thrived, and Prudence's life changed in ways she never imagined. One afternoon, as she sat on her new desk, gazing out the window, her thoughts drifted to her family and a smile spread across her face. She has worked hard for everything she has, but today feels like the start of something new. She had always been more than just a cleaner. She's a woman of integrity, a silent observer, and now a leader in her own right. Her story reminds us that courage doesn't always roar. It sometimes whispers in the quiet of the morning, waiting for the right moment to be heard. This story is one of perseverance, integrity, and the power of doing the right thing, even when it seems no one else is watching. For more value adding stories, please subscribe to always stay tuned.